ex-director of Georgia Animal Shelter charged with killing animals after being paid to save them. U.S. News. MSN. Outlook. More. Autos. My MSN. Video. Careers and jobs. Personals. Weather. Bellish. Quotes. White pages. Games. Real estate. Wonderwall. Horoscopes. Shopping. Yellow pages. Local edition. Traffic. Feedback. Maps and directions. Travel. Full MSN index. Bing. News.com. Today. Nightly news. Meet the press. Dateline. MSNBC. Breaking news. Newsvine. Home. U.S. World. Politics. Business. Sports. Entertainment. Health. Tech. Science. Travel. Local. Weather. Advertise vertical bracket ad choices. Recommended. Grocery store worker may have infected 300 people with HIV, prosecutor says. Recommended. Suspected gunman in death of New Orleans 1-year-old London Samuels arrested. Recommended. George Zimmerman's wife files for divorce. Recommended. I didn't have as many gray hairs when I started. Homeland Security Secretary Napolitano steps down after longest tenure. Header point top underscore header left curly bracket background image. URL http://cd.lib.newsvine.com/chrome/asnewsfromcheese/images/header.jpg equals 10,462. Right curly bracket footer point links left curly bracket background image. URL http://cd.lib.newsvine.com/chrome/asnewsfromcheese/images/footer.jpg right curly bracket. NBC News reporters bring you compelling stories from across the nation. For more U.S. news, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. About this blog archives. Email updates follow on Twitter. Subscribe to RSS. 267 comments. Print. Updated. 17 hours ago. Ex-director of Georgia Animal Shelter charged with killing animals after being paid to save them. Bing Maps. By M. Alex Johnson, staff writer, NBC News. The former director of a supposed no-kill animal shelter in Georgia was free on bond Thursday, after a grand jury indicted her for allegedly charging owners not to euthanize their pets and then killing them anyway. The grand jury in Rabun County in northeast Georgia returned the 60-count indictment Wednesday night against Loanda Peanut Kilby, former director of the Boggs Mountain Humane Shelter, which was closed after an investigation last year by WAGDC of Atlanta. Euthanizing animals isn't a crime in Georgia, and none of the 60 felony counts charge Kilby with cruelty or mistreating animal in the shelter's Lucky Dog Lucky Kitty program. Instead, the indictment accuses her of theft, deception and violating Georgia's Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations, RICO, Act for allegedly mishandling donations. Advertise vertical bracket ad choices. The indictment alleges that the shelter euthanized more than 24 animals after having charged their owners $100 or more with the promise to provide all shots and medical care and place their animals with adoptive families. Kilby surrendered Wednesday night and was released on $100,000 bond. Her attorney couldn't be reached for comment Thursday. It's a black eye in the community. We want to make sure we show that the case has been investigated and that someone will be held accountable, Rabun County District Attorney Brian Rickman told WAGA. Follow at NBCNEWS. Kilby and Penny Burkett, the shelter's executive director, resigned in August 2012, after WAGA reported its findings last year. The shelter closed a few months later. The Lucky Dog Lucky Kitty program was taken over by the nonprofit Rabun Cause for Life Animal Shelter under a $60,000 contract with the county. Cause for Life says it's also a no-kill shelter,